Hey, good morning, everyone. Grace and peace. Welcome to Find the Intersection. My name is Paul Dezay. Today is Thursday, which on Thursdays we focus on the Psalm for the week. Today's Psalm is 107, verses 1 to 9, and also verse 43. So Psalm 107 is a psalm of thanksgiving. Traditions say that this psalm was sung when the Israelites performed Thanksgiving sacrifices and offerings in the temple. All right, so a few things that stood out to me. Number one is the words steadfast love, which are in this psalm, are reading for today three times, verse 1, verse 8, and then also verse 43. The Hebrew word for steadfast love is hesed, and it means compassionate love, forgiving love. It's the love that you see all the way through the Old Testament. And it's the love that is fulfilled, or a great picture of that love with Jesus on the cross dying for the sins of the world. So that particular love is what runs through this particular psalm. And so you might even say the psalm is a sermon on hesed, or steadfast love. The second thing that stood out to me is the illustration that we see from verses 4 to 9. In fact, there are 4 illustrations in the whole Psalm of 107. In our reading today, we only look at the first illustration. And this illustration is that of a group of people who are wandering. They're wandering, they're lost, they're hungry, they're thirsty. Kind of reminds us of the Israelites in the wilderness, reminds us of a group of people who aren't home or in exile. So that's the context here. And the ending of that section is that God is leading them home, that God provides the food and the drink because of his steadfast love. And then the third thing that stood out to me is this last verse of our reading today, verse 43, where it says, "Let those who are wise give heed to these things and consider the steadfast love of the Lord." So talking about God's steadfast love, we should consider it. We should be thinking on these things, dwelling on these things. Consider how much God loves us, his compassion and forgiveness for us. We see it in the Old Testament. We see it all the way through the New Testament in Jesus, his death on the cross, this cruciform love. But we see it in our lives today as God pours out his love on us, in us, through us, and that love resides within the church and is poured out for the world. So that's what I got today. What did you get from Psalm 107, verses 1 to 9 and verse 43? You should share your thoughts in the comments. I'd appreciate it. Love to learn from you all. And we'll be back tomorrow with weekly intersections. Have a great day, everyone. Grace and peace.